quote-unquote right person. And we really want the relationship to last forever. Despite this, 53% of marriages in the United States, 48% in Canada, 47% in the UK, and 43% in Australia are going to end in divorce. So what are some of the most important ideas when it comes to making love last or creating that eternal relationship? Simply knowing and understanding your partner and their personality is going to aid in reducing these statistics. The first most important thing to really realize about the INTJ is the description and general characteristics of them. They have original minds and a great drive for implementing their ideas and achieving goals. Very goal-oriented. They quickly see patterns in external events, and they're going to develop long-range explanations and perspectives. When they're committed, they're going to organize a job and carry it through to completion no matter what obstacle or trial comes in their way. They're skeptical, independent, and they have high standards of competence of performance. And this is not just for themselves, but they are going to expect high standards of competence in others as well. Other people tend to see the INTJs as calm, decisive, and assured because that's what they're going to demonstrate in the world. But they do tend to find it difficult to engage in a social conversation and even social events. They don't directly express their most valued and valuable part, which is their creative insights. Instead, they're going to demonstrate more logical decisions, opinions, and plans. People then don't really see them as being very creative. Because of this, they also seem what's a good word for it, as if they are changing their opinions frequently because they're not showing the creative side, they're showing more of the logical side. Now, they tend to be seen as more private, reserved, hard to know, aloof, conceptual, original, and even independent. To start off slow, and this is because this personality tends to be a little romantically awkward. Personal relationships tend to deviate from the logical world in which this scientific personality really thrives. This character is really just interested in a relationship more permanent, just like any of the other personality types, but they really lack the ability and skills to drive and initiate an intimate relationship. They take commitment very seriously, and they're going to work hard to ensure that that relationship has a good chance of working out. They're going to begin to sniff out ways that they can make the relationship better, which is going to involve frequently redefining procedures and searching for something that's going to fix any inefficient or unbalanced areas in their connections. More than anything, they want a healthy relationship which they and their partner are comfortable and content with. They crave security, and they have boundless exploration in the mental side. When this type really invests in someone, they are going to be bonded with them, and they're going to be best paired with someone who's willing to make that same commitment to them. The INTJ really has an opportunity to relax into a partnership, and they're going to share the whole of themselves. They love somebody who really has a great thirst for the same philosophy, literature, and theoretical speculation. They are deeply intellectually understood. That's the best for them, and they thrive in relationships that have a mental connection. An INTJ, they have very little patience for games. So any kind of silly dating strategies like playing hard to get is not going to work, and it's actually going to cause them to lose interest very quickly. This is an individual who prefers honesty. They are going to give a direct reproach, and they want to receive a direct reproach. Remember that they respect intellect, logic, and efficiency. Let your actions show that you aren't completely driven by emotions. And when a situation arises that really might trigger an emotional response from yourself, instead consider some kind of very calm and responsible or reasonable approach. They prefer something that is going to be more intellectual than emotional. Having a relationship with this very independent person can be difficult at first, but it actually can be very beneficial. So while they like to very definitely bond with their partner, they also have a desire to see both individuals developing a healthy sense of self-reliance and personal space. And because of this, then, the two halves create an even stronger whole. Not threatened by conflict or criticism because they tend to be pretty self-confident. They take their relationships and commitments seriously, and they're generally extremely intelligent and capable. They're able to walk away from a relationship when it ends, although they're going to dwell on it for quite a while in their mind, trying to figure out what may have gone wrong. And afterwards, they're going to look at optimizing. They want to optimize their relationship. They also tend to be very good listeners. The weakness is that they're not naturally in tune to others' feelings. This is because they tend to be more of a thinker. And that means that they generally seem insensitive at times. They tend to respond to conflict with logic and reason instead of emotions. They're not naturally good at expressing their feelings and affections, and they have a tendency to believe that they're always right. They also have a tendency to be unwilling to accept blame. This changes as their type really develops over great lengths of time. They have a constant quest to improve everything, which can be taxing on their relationships, which means they even at times will hold back part of themselves. An INTJ has assumptions about the way things should be, which also means that their opinions tend to be very strong. And they need to be around other competent people. They're going to avoid interpersonal conflict, but they love a spirited debate. They have a need to feel in control and can be inflexible at times. They appear to be challenging and even insensitive, but that's generally not true underneath. But try to avoid emotional risks and try to keep insights and thoughts to themselves. They may even appear stubborn at times.